All right.
Get in. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. I'm here with Brother Rich, and we're having a conversation because this morning I woke up kind of a little upset because I paid for this service on Vimeo, and they censor me. Anytime, it seems like anytime somebody is talking about the coronavirus and 5G, the first thing they do is they turn around and they take it down. Then they tell you that, you can't be putting out misleading information concerning viruses, diseases, blase, blase, blase. And then, of course, the first thing comes across my mind is, okay, so the government, they can lie to us all day long. They can put out misleading content, but that's okay. You don't censor them because they're the government, right? But then I said, man, I pay for this service. And they're going to sit there and censor me. So now I'm looking for another avenue or approach. So what is the reason why that if we got alleged so-called freedom of speech, not, what I mean? What is it that today, that anytime somebody says something against the official report, that they automatically start coming out with their censorship Gestapo team, Brother Rich?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that the media in the U.S. is run by the CIA. It was called Operation Mockingbird. Started back in, 1950s, 60s, 70s, something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, Anderson Cooper of CNN, former CIA agent, has no qualifications to be in journalism, but he is they place their people in strategic places within the media, the newspapers. They embed them like ticks on a dog so that they can control the narrative. So what happens is, anytime that there is another contrary opinion, and it's not their controlled opposition making the narrative. You're a free agent, Pastor. You're not allowed to play their game. Where for years they used people like Alex Jones,
Right?
Controlled opposition, Judas goats. So what happens is anytime you come out and you're not one of them, and you have an opposing viewpoint,
Or even just an opinion,
they want to squash that down because you have to understand there's really no such thing as freedom of speech when only a few people own all the conveyances to freely speak. So it doesn't matter whether you're paying. Facebook does it, YouTube does it. It doesn't matter. YouTube demonetizes videos and things like that if you say anything against the narrative.
So anytime you even if you had the money, go out there and start your own platform, if you're going to be in that sector out there, i.e. quote unquote business, you got to comply with their so-called SEC communications.
Yeah, the FCC. Yeah, I'm sure that's You're
so they still got you.
Yeah, there's one platform out there now called BitChute, and it's basically that you can be a racist, part of the Ku Klux Klan. You can foam out your venom, whatever you want. Everything's just fine because it's probably somewhat like Patreon. It operates somewhat like Patreon. So yeah, I just I don't know if there really is such a thing as free anything anymore.
You know what my thoughts are, though?
Seriously questioning.
My thoughts are this. If we are crackpots and kooks and our information is bogus and it really doesn't mean anything, what's the threat to them then? Since they are the big brother on the block.
Yeah, you would think that they would use us as a textbook example. See how crazy they are. Allow us to continue to, But the very fact that, the thoughts is the realm of thinking, and thoughts is still the untapped territory of them being able to control. Now, they're doing everything they can with chemtrails and, psychoactive drugs and crap in the water, fluoride, anything to get us to be able to, where they can begin to, manage our thought processes.
I think it's very unfortunate.
Because that's the threat, that you can't be God until you can force or conquer people's minds.
I saw a video the other day that this brother had. There was a light post, and apparently that's where they hid the alleged 5G signal in.
Right.
And they had a tree.
Yeah.
One side of the tree was dead, fried, no leaves growing on it, but the side that the 5G wasn't on was alive and vibrant. So you got a half-dead tree.
Right.
Next to this post and this signal.
Yeah.
And people over in England are actually burning them down and tearing them down. as fast as they put them up.
Wonder what the Crown thinks about that.
Well, I do wonder what the Crown think about that. And of course, have you heard anything about that Prime Minister over in England, Boris?
Yeah.
Is he making it or not? Are they gonna? Is he going to be a poster child?
I don't know. They may need a sacrifice or something, but yeah, it's amazing how, this time it's not, basically the garbage people that are suffering, but in order to further their agenda, they're making sure that big people suffer too. Whether they are or not, we don't know. I'm not in England. Yeah. They're not going to let me into Buckingham Palace because I would probably have to flee naked like that little boy did out of that third floor or whatever on a bed sheet.
Well, how so soon we forget this stuff, huh?
Well, yeah, Bill Gates is going to meet with Donald Trump this week and talk about this situation.
What the hell does he got to do with it? He ain't got a damn dog in the race. I know him and that Ferrucci guy are like kissing cousins.
Well, they got their hands. Trump and all them, they all have their hands in the deep state.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, yeah.
Mr. Vaccine Man himself.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, probably he'll stop by Hillary's and order a pizza while he's in Washington. That's a cheap shot. But anyway, that's just the way they are. These people are venomous serpents, snakes, vipers, and they're serving higher powers that go even beyond the Rothschilds.
Hey, let's end this video on this. You ever notice that now pending this trial run, that's why I like to tout it as a preparation. You ever notice lately that there hasn't been a lot of videos out there calling straightway a cult lately?
Nope. No, sir. What do you say? What do you say?
Yeah.
It's the Bible speaks about people and when you are fed, right? So when everything's going good and your belly's full and everything, you're full of strength, you're full of rebellion, you're full of, you could just, you can just, foam out anything you want.
You're ready.
But when judgment comes to your door
and the threat of that belly getting ready to hit that spine,
now all of a sudden a humbling takes place, something that you should have done before bad times came. Now the humbling's coming,
Well, at least one thing, hope it's a reality check.
I really do. And I hope that people see it as such. I hope that we have, a nail in the holy place and a little bit of time for us to get our lives in order, because they may not last that long.
I'm probably going to do my job and try to help Zoom raise this stock too by probably joining it and seeing what the world's going on and get some more of these live interviews and videos out today. Because I think that the truth is we have never, ever had, I don't care what the Constitution said, we ain't never had a press of the people, for the people, or by the people. I don't think we ever. I think the freedom of press is what the issues we press ourselves, using our own independent research and using self-autonomy and then getting it out there. But it's amazing to me how afraid they are of us little bitty peons.
Yeah.
It's just disturbing.
It is. And the sad thing about it is, Pastor, people they're using fear and things like that to cause people to bow down like little sheep. And the sad thing about it is what they are even suggesting about doing now. 50, 60, 70 years ago, men here in this country would have taken up arms and literally had a full-scale revolt against even the suggestion that you're going to kick people's doors down and you're going to forcibly haul people out of their homes because you think they might have this. They
let you know they done accomplished their mission in making a nation docile.
Exactly. They are dumb, docile, and demoralized. How many years you been saying that?
Yeah. Dumb, dormant, docile, demoralized, and now demonized. But it's just a fact, though. They've all but complete the way they want the mental psyche of the human spirit in the United States of America to work. And mind you, can you think about this for a second? And this is supposed to be one of the last bastions of so-called freedom in the free world. America, it's bad when people got guns and they still have no mind to be able to use them when they need to, or if necessary, to defend yourself against what the Constitution says, all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah. Domestic.
I don't think that they have the heart or the intestinal fortitude. I think that people are afraid of death.
They are.
Except when they get in a car wreck and die suddenly. You understand what I mean? that mental psyche has been challenged as well. All right, Brother Rich,
Yes,
this
sir.
camera is heavy.
All right. Peace to y'all, Shepherd.
All right, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day out there.
Well,